So interest is a topic in which we learn, or this is an amount, the extra amount we have to pay when we borrow some money or something from someone. Okay, so we were talking about interest. So amount, interest is the amount a person pays, or extra amount a person pays when he borrows some amount, or he when he borrows something. For example, if we are uh, taking loan from the bank, a loan of $100, so in return we will not pay $100, we must have to pay some extra amount. So that extra amount will called interest. Is it clear to everyone? Alishba? Now there are some more terminologies we use in this topic, interest. The first term we use is principal, and this principal is written by letter P. So what is the principal? The principal is the original amount we are borrowing or we are depositing in the bank. This is called original amount. And then second term we use here is interest. Interest is the extra amount we have to pay or we get when we deposit some money. So principal and interest, these two are are in dollar or in rupees. These two are currencies. These two are money. And third term we use is a rate. This rate is in percentage. This rate decides that how much we have to pay extra. For example, if someone is borrowing $100, then how much percent of $100 he will have to pay extra as an interest. So this is called rate. And the last term we use is time. So time is always given in the years, because rate is always represented or rate is always given for a whole year. So that's why time has to be in the years. If in case in any question time is given in months, then you have to convert that time into years. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, so there is another term we use is amount. For the amount means total amount. So total amount we have to pay at the end of that duration, or at the end of the contract. So the total amount we have to pay is called amount, and it is represented by A. And the amount is actually the sum of original amount and extra amount. So at the end of contract or at the end of duration, we have to pay complete or total amount, which is the original amount and interest both. Now there are two types of interest. The first type is called simple interest. In simple interest, the original amount, which is called principal, is always same, and we have to pay the rate which is decided on that original amount. So the formula for simple interest is I is equal to PRT over 100. So this one is the question taken from the past paper. In this one, William, a person invested $900 for 4 years at 6% per annum simple interest. Now we have to calculate the interest he received on his investment. Now everyone try part one. In this one, the 900 which is given here is principal, this is time, and this is R. Now just use the formula and calculate the simple interest. The second type of interest, which is called compound interest. So there is a difference between simple interest and compound interest. A simple interest is an interest in which the original amount, principal, is always same. But in compound interest, every year the principal changes and the interest of the first year will be added into the principal. So that's why the compound interest has always more value or more amount than the simple interest. Okay, so for example, if someone is borrowing $100 from bank, so its principal for the first year is $100 and the rate which is decided is 10%. So first year the interest will be $10. Is it clear?
Sir, can you explain again?
Okay, so I'm saying in this one, okay, if someone takes $100 from the bank and rate of the interest is 10% and the interest is $10. So when we calculate the interest for the first year, then this will be $10 because 10% of 100 is $10. Is it clear now? Everyone, is it clear? Okay, now in simple interest, for the second year, the principal will also be $100. But for compound interest, this $100 and this interest will be added. And for the second year, the principal will be changed and it will be $110. So this is the basic difference between principal and compound, simple interest and compound interest. In simple interest, जो प्रिंसिपल आपका एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है वही रहता है बट इन कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट योर प्रिंसिपल विल चेंज आफ्टर एवरी ईयर the interest of every year will be added into your principal and then the new year will have new principal. So for the second year the principal will be 110 and the rate will be same, which is 10%. So now you are going to calculate the 10% of $110. So that will be $11. Now you can see that the interest for the second year is more than or greater than the first year. Now when we talk about the third year, then the principal of third year will be changed and this will be the sum of 110 and 11, which is $121. Then fourth year के अंदर again जो third year का interest आएगा that will be added into the principal which is 121 और फिर वो नया principal fourth year के लिए बन जाएगा. So every year you will have different principal that is called compound interest. Is it clear to everyone? Khadija?
Yes, sir, clear.
जी उमामा?
But in simple interest, we have the same principal every year.
Yes. If it-
Okay.
if I'm taking loan from the bank for 10 years and the loan is $100, which is my principal. So every year my principal will be $100. वो change नहीं होगा. So this is called simple interest. But in compound interest, हमारे पास जो $100 मैंने at the beginning of the contract borrow किया है, वो हर साल change हो रहा है. This is called compound interest. So normally बैंक करता क्या है कि जब आपसे आपको लोन देता है तो वो कंपाउंडेड इंटरेस्ट होता है, और जब आपसे अमाउंट लेता है तो वो सिंपल पे लेता है. तो ऑलवेज बैंक डू दिस थिंग कि वो सिंपल पे चीजें लेता है और कंपाउंड पे चीजें दे देता है. तो वो जो डिफरेंस होता है वो उसका प्रॉफिट हो जाता है. मान्या, इज इट क्लियर टू यू नाउ? Yes, the rate is same, but principal will be changed. That's why the amount of interest will be changed every year. Is it clear, Mania? Okay, so that's good. So our calculation will not be like that कि हम हर साल के लिए compound interest अलग calculate करेंगे. The formula for the amount of compound interest is given here, and in this one, by this one we can calculate directly the total amount which we are going to get after some time, and that time must be in years. So for example, we have a contract of 10 years. So how much amount we are going to get after 10 years, that will be calculated by using that formula. Okay, for example, if someone is borrowing $100 and the rate is 15% for 4 years, then the amount will be 100 multiplied by 1 plus 15 by 100 raised to 4. Okay, what is the value of amount? $174.9. So it's 174.9. This is total amount we are going to get after 4 years. And if we need to calculate the interest, so the interest will be amount minus principal, which will be 74.9. So now we are going to start the another topic, which is profit and loss. So in profit and loss, we also have some terms or some terminologies. The first one is called cost price. Okay, so the cost price is a price in which a businessman or a shopkeeper purchase some article. So that price is called cost price. And the second one is sales price or selling price. So that sales price is the price in which that businessman or shopkeeper sells that item. So the amount in which he is purchasing is called cost price, and the amount in which he is selling is sales price. The amount in which he is purchasing is cost price, and the amount in which he is selling is called sales price. And the difference of these two prices will either be profit or loss. Now it depends that which one is the greater. अगर सेल्स प्राइस कॉस्ट प्राइस से ज्यादा है so he will have profit. अगर कॉस्ट प्राइस ज्यादा है तो then he will have loss. So the formula for the profit is sales price minus cost price, and formula for the loss is cost price minus sales price. Sometimes students use only one formula which is sales price minus cost price. अगर पॉजिटिव आता है तो वो प्रॉफिट होता है, नेगेटिव आता है तो वो लॉस कहते हैं. So this will also be okay. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, there is one case. For example, someone is investing $100 and he is getting profit of $10 after 1 year. And the other person, the person B, is investing $1,000 and after 1 year he is getting profit of $20. Whose business is more successful? Amna Asif. Whose business is more successful? Amna?
Sir, can you repeat again?
The first person, person A, is investing $100 and he is getting profit of $10 after 1 year. And the another person investing $1,000 and getting profit of $20 after 1 year. So whose
The
business?
first person,
Why first person?
$100.
Because he's only getting $10 profit and the second person is getting $20 profit. Why his business is more successful?
Because he only invested $100 and got $10.
Yes, because when we compare his profit with his investment, then he earns more than the second one. So the percentage of the profit for the second one is lesser than the first one. So amount तो ज़्यादा होगा but percentage कम होगी. So here we got one more thing or one more sense, which is that we all never or we always calculate the or compare the success of or failure of business by the percentage of profit and loss. Right, everyone? So there are two more terms which is called profit percent and loss percent. Is it clear to you, Sufia? Hafsa? And Munawwar?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, now one important note that the old value is always taken 100%. So here in this topic, the cost price is the old value. But always remember this thing कि old value जो भी होगी उसको 100% लेंगे. Right, everyone? Okay, now for example, the profit percent is given 15. So in that case, cost price becomes 100% and selling price will become 115%. And if loss percent is given 15, then the cost price will be same. Cost price 100% के अलावा कुछ और नहीं होगी, and sales price becomes 85%. Is it clear, Khadija? Fatma? Hadia? Is it clear, Fatma? Hadia? Khadija? Okay, loss is the case when we purchase something in greater amount and for any reason we have to sell it in lesser amount. For example, I'm purchasing some article in $100, and after purchasing, the price of that article decrease. So now I have to sell that article in $90. But I purchased this one in $100 and I am selling this one in $90. So the difference of $10 is my loss. So लॉस होता है जब आपकी सेल प्राइस कम होती है कॉस्ट प्राइस से. सो इफ इन केस लॉस परसेंट अगर 15 होगा तो सेल परसेंट 100 माइनस 15 बन जाएगा विच विल बी 85%. अगर प्रॉफिट परसेंट 15 होगा तो सेल प्राइस आपके पास ज्यादा होनी चाहिए. सो दैट विल बी 100 प्लस 15. सो सेल प्राइस 115% बन जाएगा. Okay, now this one. In this one, the selling price is given, which is $800, and profit percentage is given 25%, and we have to find the cost price, amount she paid, cost price. So in case of profit, the cost price must be lesser than the selling price, and the selling price which is given is 800. So your answer must be lesser than 800. So हमारे पास एक कॉस्ट प्राइस है और एक सेल्स प्राइस है. ओके, इन दी लास्ट चार्ट हमने ये पहले ही बात कर ली कि अगर प्रॉफिट होगा कॉस्ट प्राइस हमेशा 100% होता है, और इन केस ऑफ प्रॉफिट द सेल्स प्राइस बिकम्स 100 प्लस 25%. कॉस्ट प्राइस आपने निकालनी है विच इज एक्स, और ये आपके पास $800 सेल्स प्राइस हो जाएगी. सो यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाइंग दीज एंड आपके पास आंसर आ जाएगा x इज इक्वल टू 100 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 800 डिवाइडेड बाय 125. और जब आप इसको सॉल्व करेंगे सो यू विल गेट $640. Okay, now I'm changing this question and I'm saying that now this time the profit is not given. It is given that the loss is 25%. Now what will be the answer? What will be the cost price? Cost price and sales price. So cost price is always 100%, and when we talk about loss, so it's 75%, and sales price is given 800, so ये x हो जाएगा और इसको क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर लेंगे हम, then we will have x is equal to 100 multiplied by 800 by 75. So it's 1066.7. So 1066.7 को जब हम 3 significant में राउंड करेंगे, so it will be 1067.